Hey, this is Trader Travis, and I want to let you know about a new treasure map I just bought, or also known as I bought a trading course. The treasure I have found thus far is $3,503 in profits. So in this video, what I'll do is share the backstory to these trades, as well as a recent personal event that was incredibly embarrassing for me. So I bought this book a while back, Stock Market Insurance Trader, and I admit the title intrigued me. So after reading the book, I realized, well, I didn't learn anything new as far as the strategy because I had already knew about the strategy. But what I did learn is a new twist as to how to implement this trade. And it's, he calls it an insurance trade. It's just an income trade. And, that's hence why these profits you just saw a few minutes ago, they brought in about $3,000 in income. Now, if anybody knows me, knows I'm a 10-minute trader. I'm not interested in just any trading technique. It has to be a technique that aligns with my values and goals. And my goal is to be a 10-minute trader. If it takes me longer than 10 and 15 minutes, to find place or manage my trades, then I'm not interested. And so what I learned in this book was a low maintenance way to place income trades I was already doing anyway, but the way I was doing it is a little bit higher maintenance and take more attention than the way he trades it. And so, what you see right here is it's a variation. I'll get to these trades in a bit, but if you're not familiar with income trades, it's where you're, trading options for income. It sounds unbelievable, but you sell stuff you don't own and you collect cash, you collect a profit. It's like, the best way, again, going back to his title, Stock Market Insurance Trader, is like an insurance company. Think about it. An insurance company, you pay an insurance company to insure your home, right? They don't own your home. They're getting paid to insure something they don't own. So they're collecting cash. You're the one that has to pay all this interest to the bank, and you carry all this risk, but you're paying them a premium just to insure it. So that's how these trades work. I'm getting paid to insure something I don't own. I didn't take any of my cash. It's just money shows up. You click buttons, money shows up. Sounds get rich quick. Sounds too good to be true, but it is true. Of course, like anything, there's risk, and trade could not work out. You'd lose a little bit of money. But the fact still remains is that I sold something I didn't own, and cash showed up. This is not new. It happens in the stock market all the time. You could Google short selling. The concept is the same thing. You're borrowing something you don't own. You're selling it in the market. You're collecting cash. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. The author of this book, I'm on his email list. And so he is launching a new course called Portfolio Protection Strategies. And so you can see what's in this course here. It's going to show you a way to time the market, strategies to defend your portfolio, yada, yada, yada. Now, the price was reasonable. It's only $97, but there is one problem. The videos he sent me recently didn't sound like him. In his older videos, he sounded much younger. And in the latest video, he sounded like an older guy. So I sent him an email, asking him, why that was, and letting him know I was a little bit uneasy. I thought maybe it was a father-son team, their name the same or something like that. But essentially, looking back, I sent an email telling the guy he sounds like an old man now. Now, what transpired over the next few days was not one of my proudest moments. Long story short, he didn't give me permission to share his personal business, but let's just say the guy went through what I consider a pretty traumatic event, which is why he sounds different. And I can tell you a short story so you can kind of understand this a little bit more. In Stephen Covey's book, I believe it was Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, he gives a story in the beginning about he was on the subway. Guy gets on the subway with his kids. Kids are running around being quote unquote bad, knocking newspapers out people's hands. And he was like, hey, are you going to get your kids? You're just letting your kids run rampant. You're just sitting there not doing anything. And the guy kind of like woke up from his daze. He was like, well, I'm so sorry. They probably just don't know how to handle it. We just came from the hospital and their mom just died. And so they had just came from the hospital where their mom had died. And so I think Stephen was saying like how he had a paradigm shift and how, here he was judging this guy without first seeking to understand where this guy was coming from. And so you can imagine how bad Stephen Covey must have felt. Well, that's how I felt. And, after I told my wife what happened, she was like, man, you really put your foot in your mouth. I was like, nah, I was like a lot worse than putting my foot in my mouth. I actually felt like a complete idiot. but I was also inspired. And so, that's why I want to pour into his life and support what he's doing and enroll in his course. I'm about to buy his course. And it's not like I'm throwing money away because I'm a trader. So this is honestly an investment for me, which leads to, one of the money management secrets my millionaire mentor taught me, or a twist, a different way of viewing things, a different way of viewing life. Think like a millionaire, eventually $1 million will show up in your bank account. So he taught me a principle called cost versus investment. I was a poor person, so I always view courses like this as a cost. And he was like, well, it's an investment, because what you can learn from the course, you can directly make money from it. The example I often give people, this is not probably, I don't think it's my first year statement, but it's the earlier statement I could find. I invested roughly $9,000 to learn how to trade options. And so this was 2004 to 2005 year. Well, actually, no, this is a year's worth of trades right here. And so you can see at the bottom here, total gains and loss of $21,000. So invested $9,000, and just in this year alone, $21,000 in profit. So that's an example of, it wasn't a cost for me to enroll in that course. It was an investment, because of what I learned, I could directly make money from. And then my mentor also showed me another way to recoup my investment in the course, not just applying the material, but writing it off on my taxes. So the way I view it, it's a free course for me. At least that's the way I look at it, because I would have sent the money to the government anyway, and currently they just would have squandered it or mismanaged it. So for me, I'd rather just write it off on my taxes. Now, compare that to the $753 snow tires I just bought. Now, that is a cost. What I learned in the stock market earns me money. So if I buy a trading course, is an investment, but driving the car does not earn me money. So that is a bona fide cost for me. Now, we put money in savings, in our savings account for events like this, but like any good trader, I hate spending money. So essentially, I made the stock market pay for my tires, as well as the course I'm about to buy, the $97 course I'm about to buy. So again, these trades earn $3,503 in initial profit. They're still open. So depending on how they play out, I'll either keep all of my profits or some of it. So in order to place these trades, I use what I learned in this book right here, as well as my own trading techniques. Now, I was done trading for the year, but we had a snowstorm here. I didn't plan on buying new tires. So, we had to get new tires. The van was slipping all over the road, and it just wasn't safe for my wife to be driving the kids around. And we barely could get up into our subdivision, honestly. So I came out of retirement to recoup the cost of my tires as well as this course. Now, of course, it's $3,500 in profits. That's an overkill, because the course is only $97. My snow tires is only $753. But if I'm going to come out of retirement to trade, I shut down for the year. This is my month off. I take this month off every single year. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to come out of retirement to trade, I'm going to make it worth my while. And the funny part is, I actually made these trades while sitting in the tire shop waiting for my car to be done. So imagine standing in line at the grocery store and you place a few trades on your phone to pay for the groceries you're about to buy. That's essentially what I did. So I don't want to keep you too long, but I just wanted to share that, let you know what course I'm about to buy. And I'll give a summary of that course below. But let me share a quick story here. I'll end with a quick story so I can kind of reinforce one of the points I'm trying to make in this video. So imagine you and your friend were asked to find $1 million buried in a field. Well, you start digging immediately. You're like, it's not that big of a field. You're going to get $1 million payday. But instead, your friend, he goes in search of someone who can show him a quicker way of finding the treasure. He's trying to buy a treasure map. You're happy because you're like, please, you're wasting all this time searching for a treasure map while I'm digging. You look at it as, I'm going to get the treasure quicker because I am working. Well, you're not going to get the treasure. Your friend is, because he got wise advice from someone who knows how to find it. And if you don't want to invest money for the treasure map, and again, previously, I was someone who didn't want to invest money for the treasure map. And that's how my millionaire mentor told me, no, you're thinking about this all the wrong way. He said, by not spending the money to find out how to get the treasure, ends up costing you the treasure. So if I don't spend the money to get the treasure map to learn another way of protecting my portfolio during a market crash, well, guess what? It's going to wind up costing me. Now, granted, some maps are turds and don't work, but if you're getting the right map, it's a smart investment. So I'll pass along the advice my millionaire mentor gave me, which is stop being cheap and pay for the map. Your attempt to save money is costing you massive amounts of income and success in the future. And with that being said, I'm going to take that advice to heart, and I'm going to buy this treasure map real quick. So I'm on a checkout page here. So you have a choice. You can pay with PayPal, or what some people don't realize, you can pay with a debit or credit card, which I will do. All right, here we go. All right, well, my payment is completed. It's asking me to return to the merchant, which I will do. So here's a, page to get the course. It's asking me to submit my email to get this course. So I will do that. And then I need to check my email for the confirmation and the link to the course. So I found the PayPal receipt right here. And then I went ahead and submitted my email here, and this is the email I just clicked sent. But of course, the link is not clickable. So let me go ahead and copy and paste this, open another window. Okay, so I can access the course here. So here's the course here. So again, I have just bought. That was a little bit clunky in my opinion, but no big deal. I bought a new treasure map, and below this video, what I'll do is summarize what treasures I found. You take care, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.